We're here with Cal inside receivers coach Jacob Peeler. How you doing, Jacob?
Can't complain. Doing great.
So second day of spring ball. Any thoughts on how things have progressed so far?
Well, for us, this is year 3, and historically in this offensive scheme, year 3 has always been the year that you usually make the biggest strides. I'm speaking offensively here. I think for us, we got a lot of returning pieces between the offensive line, running backs, obviously quarterback and receiver. We got a lot of guys coming back, so I think it's not the newness has worn off. Now we've kind of gotten into the point where we're really familiar with them. They're familiar with us. They know what we're expecting from them, and the biggest thing that I see out here is just guys coaching each other up. That's the biggest turning point that I've been trying to emphasize with my guys, and I think across the board that we're getting to the point where they're seeing the things that they're messing up on and they're coaching each other up. So we're definitely making strides in that department.
So you are one of the 2 new additions to full-time staff coming in this spring, and you have been coaching inside receivers already, so it's probably not a huge transition for you. Practically speaking, is there much of a difference in your role with your guys this spring than there was in the fall?
Not really. It's it's basically the same thing. I've been coaching the same guys since I've been here, and so just the only thing now I just added the title. And so basically nothing is different from the transition for me, other than the fact that I have that title now where nothing's really different as far as my role is concerned with football.
Okay, so you are working also with Peter Ingram, who's made a switch out to receivers, sort of his natural position, being a former receiver and former receivers coach himself. How do you guys work together?
When you walk out of this building, me and Pierre are one of the tightest guys out here. So it was always fun for me and him to always kind of have a little brotherly love, a little competition. So it's good for us now, definitely coaching inside and outside. We work together really well. And like I said, he's a great friend of mine. So now being able to coach with him every day and be able to be on the same page, it's a great deal for both of us. And obviously the same with Coach Likens. He was here, so we haven't missed a beat.
Great. And can you talk about who are your inside guys as opposed to the outside receivers? Who are you working with specifically?
Yeah, for my guys, we have what we call an H position and a Y position. And right now at H, we have Bryce Treggs, Darius Powell. We just recently moved Patrick Laird from running back to receiver, so he'll be playing slot. Kenny Portera. And then at Y position, we got Steven Anderson, Ray Hudson, Matt Rocket, Kyle Wells, Jake Ashton, and then we recently acquired a new guy, one of the running backs, Bug Rivera, is going to play a little bit of slot and play some running back as well.
Okay. And what separates these inside guys from outside from a skill set standpoint?
Well, honestly, not a whole lot. When you have an inside and outside receiver position, you basically want a good mixture of both. You want a strong physical guy and then also have a fast, smaller guy as well. And so a healthy offense will have the same at the X position, the same at the H, the same at the Y, the same at the Z. You have a healthy mix of both. Historically, for us, our H position, we always try to get a faster guy at times that can take the top off. That's the Bryce Treggs. But then you see a healthy mix of Darius Powell, who's a strong physical guy. So you're getting, like I mentioned, a healthy mix of both. And the Y position, the same thing. You got a bigger, stronger physical guy, and Steven Anderson, and as well as Ray Hudson. And you can mix in Matt Rocket, who's a kind of smaller, quicker guy. So for us, it's a healthy mix of all. For every position.
So you've got almost an embarrassment of riches with returning receivers that have been really productive, with guys like Bryce and Steven and Trevor and Kenny, and so many of these guys. Now you've got a few new names added to the mix. You've got transfer Chad Hansen, and Eric Brown's coming off his redshirt year, and Jack Austin is coming off limited play freshman year. What do those newer guys add to the mix?
Well, the thing is they obviously add depth, but they also add competition, because now adding guys like that, it makes the person ahead of them better. Or ultimately, because your goal for those guys is to push and beat those other older guys out. And so when you have that healthy competition, it makes everybody better, including them as well as the starters that are starters right now. So that's kind of where we're at. We're really excited about all those guys. Chad Hansen obviously ran well this spring and did some really good things, because when he was redshirting, every day he got better. Because when you usually redshirt, a lot of guys they either kind of stay the same or get worse, or they really buy in and get better. And that was a guy that really did that, as well as Eric Brown as well. So both of those guys, they utilized that year of redshirting and got bigger. They got stronger. They definitely got faster. And so we're really excited to see what they can do for us.
So Chad has the added advantage of having played a year and then getting that redshirt year to sit back and relearn and reprocess. Does that give him an advantage over your typical receiver coming off a redshirt year?
I think valuable game time experience is something you can never overlook. It's something that you can never. Basically, I'm trying to say it's something that's very valuable for anybody. To be able to play in the game is very valuable because it's always different playing the college game from playing the high school game. So definitely, I think for him, being able to play in a live action, play in a game, get that experience is something that will pay off for him in the long run for sure.
And I asked you about this last question at our recruiting event last week, but can you talk about the role that blocking plays with your receiving core and how that opens up the offense?
Yeah. If you watch me out here today, I'm on my guys constantly about that. I believe that and I'm speaking for the inside receivers here, and I know Coach Ingram is doing the well for the outside receivers, but I truly believe if we are the best receiving core in the country, we got to be the best blocking receiving core in the country, and that's what we're striving to be. I'm on them. I'm more excited at times for guys to get a huge block that springs a screen or a run than I am for them to score a 99-yard post route for a touchdown. Because for me, it's a mentality. It's something about how you go out and play the game, having tough guys that enjoy that part of the game. And so it's definitely